This book, if you read this from cover to back, will change your life. And the reason I say this is because this book is the most applicable. This thing is the thing that if you apply, it has the power to transform your reality. Because you need to understand this. And through the course of this video, I'm going to teach you a very important lesson, so please stick to the end. But the way you communicate people is the way people will reflect towards you. If you deal with people in a nice, friendly manner, if you're respectful, if you do all of the things that show that you genuinely care, you will get genuine interest back. But too many people are just salesmen nowadays. Think of it. Each and every day we are selling ourselves to the world. And there's the art of being a great salesman, and then there's the art of being the brash guy, the used car salesman, the person that knows that you need what they're selling, so they have the upper hand. And it's not a way that I like to go through life when I have the upper hand. I don't like to feel like I'm one-upping the person. I always want the other person to feel like they're getting the better end of the deal. And that's what the main point of this book is. If you can, in each and every conversation, make someone feel like they got one over on you, that they got the better end of the deal, you will be able to do whatever you want in life. And it's not even so much that you're tricking them, you're manipulating them. If you genuinely provide more value than what the other person is giving you, that is a good way to live your life. Always be giving more than what you are getting. And if you do that, you are not only going to live a fulfilling life, you're going to live a very rich one. But it's frustrating because I have my email on my channels, and I get these emails, and it's like, oh, Bino, I analyzed your channel. This title isn't SEO. This isn't this isn't that. You have so much potential, but it's like this. And I'm like, you're the fourth guy that barely speaks English to send me that today. And this is how you're leading into it. This is how you're going to try to pitch to me. This is how you're going to sell to me. And it's very frustrating because had you just spent 15, 20 minutes researching my channel, learning what I'm about, understanding that I have certain beliefs and this is the way I'm trying to push forward and this is my strategy, had you just tailored your pitch to that, I'm 1,000 times more likely to pay you. But if you're giving me the same bullshit response, the same just generic, oh, you're great at speaking this, oh, I love your tone of voice. If you give me the same generic thing, I am so much less likely to give you the money that you're asking for. Your service could be 1,000 times more valuable than what you're charging, but if you're approaching it in the wrong way, if you don't make me feel like I'm going to benefit from this, if you don't show me why I need to pay you for this, I'm never going to pay you for it. And that's the whole point of this book. The whole point of this book is make people feel like they need your services. Show them how you can help them. Show them that they will get the better end of the deal if you help them out. Some way, frame it that, okay, why don't I do this for free for you and let's see how it goes, and if you like the results, then we can do it on a longer term basis. It's baffling to me that you read sales books and they're all about, oh, you need to book a 10-minute call, you need to do this, you need to show testimonials, you need to do all these things, and they skip over the most basic thing, which is just genuinely give a fuck about the person that you're talking to. Genuinely care about this person's interest. Genuinely try to help them, and that is most of it. But every book will tell you, well, if you get this amount of cold calls, if you get this, if you send 500 cold emails, you'll get one response. And then from those one responses, then you'll get one sale from every 10 of those. It's so fucking stupid. Just actually care. Actually put in effort. Actually show that, hey, I support what you're doing. I really like you. The things you're saying, I support 100%, and I want to be behind you, and I want to back you through thick and thin, and let's fucking take over this YouTube. Let's take over this world. We need to spread this message, and I'm willing to cut my pay. I'm willing to sit back on the sidelines and do this shit for free for you for a while because I see the potential behind it. Imagine if someone sent me that pitch. Imagine if someone sent you a pitch similar to that. Imagine. How likely would you be to pick up that checkbook and just pay them what they're asking? I would genuinely pay for somebody that gave me that offer. If somebody said, I'll do it for you for free because I support you, I'm paying them no matter what. And it's why don't we fucking do shit like this? Why don't we do things and actually show we genuinely care and actually show that we're trying to help people out, because we live in a day and age where nobody is putting in the effort to help each other. Everyone's in it for themselves. Everyone's in it for, what am I going to benefit? But why don't you start asking yourself, how can I benefit this other person? Because if you're benefiting someone else so clearly and so evidently, the other person has no choice but to benefit you. It benefits you to think about the other person. The most beneficial thing you can do is think about everyone but yourself. It's that simple, and that's what this book is about. This book is about communicating in a way to exemplify that you want the best for others. You want the best, and you want each and every person that you deal with to have the better end of the deal. Because if you do that in business, if you do that in life, you will have $1 million. You will have 1 million friends. You will have whatever you want. And all of these principles are in this book. And it really pisses me off that I have to pick up this book and go through it again, because clearly people haven't seen the videos I've made on this. I've made like 10 videos on this book. I've talked about it in detail, and it honestly got boring. But I have to pick this book back up again, because the principles are applicable today more than they ever have been, because we live in a day and age of social media and digital marketing where they tell you like, oh, if your sales lead is good enough, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. Oh, you just need to have a sales funnel and make sure your value ladder is this and this. Like, I've read 10, 15 sales books in this last year, and this is the only sales book that I actually apply. This is the only sales book that I actually want to pursue, because yeah, I can make a ton more money if I set up a funnel properly. I can make a ton more money if I set up the sales funnels, and if I talked about, certain programs I have, certain courses I have, if I started monetizing in better ways. But like, that's not what this is about. This is about genuinely helping people, genuinely caring, genuinely trying to uplift society and uplift the world that I live in. And it's like, I feel like that's the much better path for the long term. And you need to start understanding, if you start taking this approach to life, you will become undeniable. Yeah, you might not have the money you want right now, but slowly start to take this approach and thank me later, because this is truly transformational. This is truly life-changing. You're no longer going to come off as that used car salesman. Like, you're always going to start benefiting people. And when you benefit people, they will like you and they will pay you more. It's baffling to me. It's frustrating. And watch, I'm still going to get the same stupid fucking emails from the same people, and they're not going to get my business. They are not going to be on board. They're not going to be part of my team, because they genuinely don't care. The only people that I hire is either, one, I'm just bored and I'm like, why don't I try it? Or two, they genuinely care. And it doesn't take much time to show you genuinely care. Watch 2 of my videos, mention 1 story I bring up, and you can even fake it. It's so fucking easy, yet we live in a day and age where people undervalue the most important thing, which is communication. If you can communicate properly, if you can some way put your ideas across and put them in a way that it's not abrasive and it doesn't seem like you're just trying to sell somebody, like that alone, that skill alone will take you further than anything you can learn in school, further than anything that any professor can teach you. Any book can teach you. I mean, aside from this book, that's what it's all about. That's the whole point of it. And if you don't even want to read it, literally just apply the things that I taught you today, because that's half the reason I do this channel. Half the reason I do this channel is because, one, I know 90% of people aren't going to read the books. Two, the 10% that do order the books from the links I provide, or they get it from the library, they're only going to do a cursory level understanding of this book. But like, this is a book, if you read each and every day for a year, I promise you, you will never struggle in any kind of field of life, whether it's relationships, whether it's business, whether it's just life as a whole, whether it's in communication. Like, you will never struggle again. But you are so unwilling to do the work. You are so unwilling to just genuinely care about somebody that you are constantly getting in your own way. And it's frustrating that, like, I myself was here. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why I'm so heated. That's why I'm getting so angry and so abrasive right now, because just like, the answers are right in front of us. The answers are in books like this. And like, all you need to do is open the pages and start reading, and all of the answers will be answered, or all the questions will be answered. I'm like 10 minutes into this right now, and I'm starting to get a little worked up, and I'm starting to sweat a little bit. So like, my brain's not working as fast, but hopefully you take the point of this video, and hopefully you take this message and understand, like, just show you genuinely care. Just try to offer people more than what you're charging. Try to show them why you are worth it, why your services are going to improve their situation. In some way, give them a sign of good faith and say like, hey, like, I'm willing to just give it a shot. I'm willing to do this for you for free, and we see how it goes. And if you like it, if it gets you the results you want, like, then we can talk about it. Like, be willing to do things like this, and you will fundamentally never be the same. You will transform your life. You will transform your communications. You will transform your relationships. And it all starts with simple principles that each and every one of us can apply. But we're so up in arms about like, oh, well, if I just do this amount of cold emails, eventually I'll get somebody. It's like, yeah, you can send 500 cold emails, or you can spend 15 minutes watching my videos and then tell me what you can do for me. And then show me why you support me, why you're on board with my beliefs, why you think I have potential. All of these things, instead of saying, oh, your title's not SEO. Oh, I can help you with this. I'm an expert. It's like, cool. Yeah, I can read a book on SEO too, and then, you know, take a professional headshot and say that I'm SEO certified or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, it's a joke. And I'm just fed up with like this bullshit narrative of like, business has to be business. Business is always inherently personal, and when we can use our personalities to benefit our business, it's the best of both worlds. Like, when I have millions and millions of dollars, when I have, you know, 100 fucking companies underneath me, like, I'm not going to hire based off the credentials. I am not going to hire based off the best offer. I'm going to hire based off the people that I believe in the most. And this is what we are missing nowadays, because everything's so corporate, everything's so granular, everything's so like, oh, well, if it doesn't have this on paper, then it's not going to work. Like, no, that's not how the world works. For thousands of years, everything's been based off relationships. Everything's been based off of like, oh, this guy's my brother. I really trust him. I know he's never going to let me down, so I'm going to put my faith in him. And you know what? I'll give him this responsibility. I'll give him this role, and let's see how it goes. Like, that's what I'm trying to build, and that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully you like this video. It's a little something different, but I can try to make more things like this. If you like it, just let me know. I'll leave a link to this book in the description. Thank you so much for making it this far. It means the world to me that people would be still on a video that's 12 and a half minutes long from, you know, little old me, but it's cool to see. And if you want to get in contact with me, send me a better offer than everyone else, and I promise you I will hear you out. On top of that, I have a Discord. Go ahead, join that if you're not trying to sell me your services, or yeah, you know, just stay tuned on the channel. Thank you, each and every one of you. It means the world to me that people want to listen to me talk and want to listen to me ramble and make fun of people that send me terrible emails. And yeah, peace out.